Hey there, island dreamers, locals, and anyone craving a slice of paradise. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time, to the Fun and Key West podcast, where the vibe is always laid back, the stories are salty, and the drinks, well, they're definitely frozen. I'm your host, Michelle O'Connor, your unofficial tour guide to the Conquered Public. Whether you're planning your first trip, your fifth trip, or you're just daydreaming about trading the cubicle for the ocean breeze, you are in the right place. Here's the deal. This podcast is your insider's guide to all things Key West. We're talking where to eat, hello, conch fritters and key lime pie, where to drink, spoiler alert, there will be rum, where to stay, and all the quirky, wonderful things that make Key West the one-of-a-kind paradise we all love. Plus, we'll keep you up to date on the latest happenings, festivals, events, maybe even the occasional Hemingway lookalike sighting. And just to keep things spicy, we'll be bringing on some amazing guests now and then, locals, business owners, and people who know the island like the back of their sandy hand. So grab your flip-flops, pour yourself a cold one, and let's escape to the island state of mind together, whether you're tuning in from your hammock or your commute, while wishing it was a hammock. We've got all the Key West goodness coming your way. Thanks for being here. It's going to be a lot of fun in Key West. Let's dive in. Hey there, adventurers. Michelle here with Fun in Key West. And today we're paddling straight into paradise. Yep, we're talking kayaking in Key West. Never tried it? No worries. This episode's for seasoned pros and those of us who wonder if we'll tip the kayak just trying to climb in there. Been there? Not done it yet, but I've been there. From serene mangrove tunnels that feel like nature's secret hideaway to the stunning marine life beneath those crystal clear waters, think sea turtles, baby nurse sharks, and a vibrant underwater world, kayaking is a total game changer. And if you're up for something extra cool, how about a clear kayak tour or even paddling under the moonlight for that magical bioluminescent glow? Whether you're craving a memorable eco tour or a sunrise paddle or just want an adventure that doesn't require getting splashed by strangers on a booze cruise, stick with me. You'll leave with all the tips you need to paddle like a local and soak up the wild beauty of Key West. Grab your life jacket. It's going to be an unforgettable ride. Back to another episode of First Timer Friday. I am Michelle with Fun and Key West. And on Fridays, we explore some interesting things that you may not thought about doing in Key West. So it's not just for first timers, it's for anybody that's ever been to Key West. And I hope I give you guys some ideas to check out the next time you are in Key West. So today we are talking all about kayaking. Have you been kayaking in Key West? Raise your hand. I have. I loved it. Here's what I loved about kayaking in Key West. As I've said before in some of these other episodes, I am not the strongest swimmer. I am not very comfortable being in deep water unless I'm on a boat. So being in a kayak in very deep water makes me a little bit nervous. But kayaking in Key West doesn't make me nervous because most of the waters are very shallow and you can see amazing things. And it's all around you. And there are so many different experiences that you can have. The kayaking in Key West and around the Florida Keys is not only for beginners, it's experienced kayakers and everybody. It's anybody looking for that unique experience to spend their time in Key West doing. Why would you kayak in Key West? Well, first off, it's paradise. Why not? Get out on the water, explore it, see what's up there. There's those crystal clear waters, they're shallow. And what I found interesting when I was kayaking around was all of the diversity underneath the water. Some areas you saw certain things, other areas you saw other things, and it wasn't like you were going to see the same thing everywhere. So that was really cool. I mean, you saw sea turtles, I saw tropical fish, little small sharks, sea cucumbers, everything that you could imagine I was able to see on a kayak. Additionally, Key West is so close to the Key West National Wildlife Refuge and Curry Hammock State Park. Those are places that you should check out. If you are bringing your own kayak down to the Keys, those are definitely places you should check out. There are different areas around Key West that you can explore I would highly recommend going out on a kayaking tour. They're going to take you into the areas they know. They're going to tell you all about what you're seeing, what you're going to experience, and you can ask questions of your guide so you can learn more as you go through. There are these amazing tunnels. I'm going to call them a tunnel, a maze that you can go through in the mangroves. And depending on how long your kayaking tour is, you can you feel like you're getting lost in these mangrove tunnels, but the guide knows exactly where he's going. And it's so fun. You get to see the local wildlife, the birds that are hanging out on the mangroves. You get to see all the fish, and of course, everything that's happening in the water and all of that. Honest Eco and Lazy Dog offer some really great experience. Honest Eco is a kayaking tour that was started by, I believe, a couple marine biologists. So they're going to know their way around the waters for sure. And of course, Lazy Dog has been around forever, and they're just a great place to come out and do things with. Going up the Keys, there are other places that you can check out, Sugarloaf Key and other places in the lower Key. These are great places to explore, especially if you have your own kayak. There's some great natural habitats that you're going to see, the sea turtles and those smaller sharks. It's going to be easy to paddle around in that area because there's going to be less boat traffic, and it's still going to be very shallow waters. You have Cottrell Key, and you're going to see coral reefs through there. You're going to see all those coral reef formations as you paddle through the waters. It's a great place to see all of the marine life. I'm going to keep repeating that, and you're going to keep saying, Michelle, you've told us that. What I'm overwhelmed by is every time I go out on the water, just how much you can see. It's not like you see it in one area. You can see marine life wherever you are exploring. A lot of the places that you would want to explore in the lower Keys outside of Key West, especially if you have your own kayak, would be taking it out to a boat and then going out into the shallow waters to explore. Again, you could talk to a charter boat captain, see if they offer that. If not, you could figure that out. If you're a little more experienced and you don't have that fear of being in really deep water, kayaking around the 7 Mile Bridge, going around into the Gulf of Mexico is, from what I understand, an amazing experience. I have seen people do it. It's just something that is not on my bucket list, but if it is on your bucket list, be sure to check it out. It's a little bit more adventurous. You are going to have more choppy waters because of all the boat traffic. It's deeper water, but you're going to see the experience of the kayaking around the bridge and doing all those other things that you don't do and cannot experience in the more shallow waters. Of course, way up on Key Largo, you can kayak out in Key Largo. A lot of the resorts in Key Largo and the Mid Keys there offer kayaks as part of their amenities so that you can go explore the waters. I'm telling you, we've stayed at a couple places, and that was one of their amenities. And that was one of the reasons why we chose that place, so that we could get out and explore the waters on kayak around those resorts. If you are bringing your own kayaks down, there are lots of kayak launch sites up and down the Keys. And so just be sure to notice where they are. Sometimes they're located with boat ramps, sometimes they're not, but just be sure to check them. If you are going to come in and do a kayaking tour, again, I mentioned that you've got the mangrove tunnels and those mangrove tours. Some are 2 hours, some are 3 hours. It just depends on what's offered. But you can do clear kayak tours. And some folks offer these clear kayak tours where the kayak is actually clear. You can see through it. Kind of weird to paddle with that, but it gives you the ability, instead of leaning over and looking, that you can actually look down and see what's happening. In a very unique experience, especially in the shallow waters around Key West. Some tour companies offer night kayak tours, and this lets you explore the waters. You've got the moon, you've got the sun, or the moon and the stars. And depending on the time of month, it could be a full moon, which would be really cool, right? This lets you spot some of those baby nurse sharks and that bioluminescent light, that really cool shimmering stuff that you see on the water. That's all that bioluminescent life that's over there. I think Honest Eco still offers those. Again, you can do a private boat trip, bring your own kayak, and do all those exploring. As with fishing, or any time that you want to go out on the water, there's a good time to go out on the water, and there's a better time to go out on the water. Is there really a bad time to go out on the water? Well, yeah, I mean, when the weather's really bad. But depending on your experience level, best times to go out on a kayak would be early morning or late afternoon because the waters are going to be a little more calm, and it's going to allow, especially if you're a beginner like me, the ability to move through those waters a little bit better. And depending on the time of year, it could be a little cooler, so it's not so hot. You're also going to gauge when you go out for high tide and low tide because that's going to give you that pull or push depending on when you're coming in. I talked about this. You can rent, well, I haven't talked about this, but you can go out on a kayak tour. But some companies allow you to rent a kayak and not go on a tour, but just rent a kayak. And so if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to check that out, where you can go, where they recommend, and everything like that. Be sure, I recommend, and most tour companies recommend, that you wear a life jacket and that you bring some dry bags, zippy bags that you can put your mobile phone in, your cameras and all of that in, and maybe a snack or two. Again, can't stress enough, wear your life jacket. You just never know what can happen. The guides are going to tell you this. Respect the wildlife. No touching the manatees, no touching the fish and the coral reefs, because that disturbs them and disturbs their ecosystem. And so that's something that you can check out. I don't know if you guys have actually been kayaking in Key West or in the Florida Keys, but I think it's something amazing that you guys should check out. I always want to drop in some little tidbits and ideas of what you can do when in Key West. As we said a long time ago when we started Fun in Key West, people are amazed at the amount of things that you can do in Key West. It's not a place that you come and you're going to do it all in a weekend. It's going to take a long time to do it all, and everything changes. So a sunset tour today. Oh, speaking of that, you can actually do kayak tours where you go at sunrise or sunset. So be sure to check those out as well. But a sunrise and a sunset are totally different every day. It's going to depend on the sun, the sky, where you are, how you're seeing it. Are you on water? Are you on land? Are you on a sunset sail? Everything's different. It's just a way to explore the world around you. And speaking of exploring, there's so much to explore over at FunInKeyWest.com. Be sure to check that out. Lots of ideas on where to stay, where to eat, where to drink, and obviously things to do. Plus, you can book tours right there on our site with some of the trusted travel partners that we work with. And it's no extra cost to you. We get a little bit of a commission, which supports us, and we really appreciate that. I am Michelle with Fun in Key West. This has been First Timer Friday, and we've talked about best kayaking in Key West. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. Who's ready to grab a paddle and hit the water? Today, we dove right into the wonders of kayaking in Key West, and seriously, it's one of the best ways to explore the beauty of this island paradise. Whether you're a beginner or you've got pro paddling skills, there's something magical about cruising through mangrove tunnels and peeking into crystal clear waters packed with marine life. Feeling inspired yet? I hope so. Kayaking in Key West is equal parts relaxing and adventurous. It's the perfect combo of laid-back vibes and epic nature encounters. Whether you're planning a morning paddle or a moonlit tour, Key West kayaking is an experience you just can't miss. Want more ideas to level up your Key West adventures? Head on over to FunInKeyWest.com, where I have got all the tips you need to squeeze every last drop of fun out of your trip. Or check out the show notes. From where to kayak to where to eat, you'll find it all there. Before you set off on your next adventure, like this episode if you're adding kayaking to your Key West bucket list, share it with all your adventure-loving crew, because we all need that friend who yells, "Book it!" And let me know your kayaking must-try, or if you've already gone, tell me your favorite spot. I'm always open to new recommendations. And don't forget to sign up for the Fun in Key West newsletter. Get insider updates, hidden gems, and all the best ways to explore the island delivered straight to your inbox. Trust me, it's like your personal Key West concierge. Until next time, keep paddling, keep exploring, and always keep it Key Westy.